World War One, also known as the Great War, was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. It lasted from 1914 to 1918 and involved most of the world's major powers. How did World War One start? The war began after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June 1914. He was killed in Sarajevo by a Serbian nationalist. This single event triggered a chain reaction of alliances. Europe was already divided into two major groups: the Allies, Britain, France, Russia, later the United States, the Central Powers, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire when Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Other countries were pulled in rapidly due to their alliances. Why did countries go to war? Several long-term causes led to World War One. Militarism, countries were building massive armies and weapons. Alliances, nations promised to defend each other. Imperialism, competition over colonies and global power. Nationalism, strong pride and ethnic tensions, especially in the Balkans. These factors created extreme tension in Europe long before 1914. What was the war like? The war is famous for its trench warfare, especially on the Western Front. Soldiers lived in muddy trenches for months, facing disease, hunger, and constant danger. New and deadly weapons were introduced: machine guns, poison gas tanks, submarines, airplanes. Millions of soldiers died, often without gaining any land. Why did the United States join? The United States entered the war in 1917 after German submarines attacked American ships, and Germany attempted to encourage Mexico to fight the US-American troops, helped turn the balance in favor of the Allies. How did the war end? By 1918, the Central Powers were exhausted. Germany faced shortages, protests, and military defeat. On the 11th of November 1918, Germany signed an armistice, officially ending the fighting. What happened after the war? The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany heavily. It forced Germany to accept full blame for the war, pay massive reparations, give up land and military power instead of bringing peace. The treaty created anger and instability, which later led to World War II. Why does World War One still matter? World War One reshaped the world. Empires collapsed, new countries were formed, and millions of lives were lost. It showed how modern war could destroy nations and how peace built on punishment can lead to even greater conflict. World War One was not just a war of weapons, but a war of decisions, fear, and human ambition. It proved how quickly alliances can turn a single incident into a global catastrophe. Millions of young men were sent to fight for causes they barely understood, and entire generations were scarred forever. The war changed borders, destroyed empires, and reshaped politics across the world. More importantly, it taught humanity a painful lesson. Modern war has no real winners. The echoes of World War One can still be felt today in global conflicts, political tensions, and the fragile nature of peace. Remembering this war is not about glorifying violence, but about understanding its cost. Because when history is ignored, it has a way of repeating itself. This is why learning about the past matters now more than ever. It reminds us that peace is fragile, power is dangerous, and silence in the face of injustice often leads to tragedy on a global scale. History is a warning, not a story. Remember it,